Hello friends, and welcome to another update on our favorite EV stock, ABML, soon to be ABTC. Before we begin, please support this channel by hitting the subscribe button. We are growing fast, and your support means everything. Let's get started. A couple of days ago the CEO, Doug Cole, and COO, Menka Sethi, of ABTC participated in a local podcast in Nevada to give an update on the company. Let's listen.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing on part of the government, it's not only stockpiling what are called critical minerals, critical materials. It's also enabling by ensuring that we have supply of these metals in the United States. We are enabling our climate change goals as well. So I think before the new administration, we would hear a lot about stockpiling to ensure our energy security. Now we are also hearing that stockpiling these metals also helps us achieve our climate goals. Because guess what? We can't achieve our EV industry growth goals like the GM super exciting announcement, the Super Bowl ad, Ford's investment, increased investment in EVs, the US like all EV fleet directive. We can't achieve any of those unless we have the battery metals, and we don't have the battery metals now, especially in the US. So what we do is produce those metals domestically. So there is absolutely a desire to keep them in the United States. And then there's all sorts of add-on benefits as well, like Doug mentioned, that this is nothing less than bringing back manufacturing jobs to Nevada, to the United States. It's incredibly exciting.
Yeah, it really is. It's super exciting because we will be bringing these jobs back. Right now, the United States and all these companies ship stuff to China and overseas to get it done. We can do it here now and keep the money in the U.S., keep the jobs in the U.S., reverse the whole China thing.
In order to support a huge influx of EVs in the coming years, the U.S. needs to have a stable source of supply chain to power electric vehicles. Currently, there are 4 major metals that are crucial for batteries: lithium, nickel, cobalt, and manganese. World's largest lithium resources are found in South America and Australia, but 95% of it is processed in China to be used for EV battery. The majority of the cobalt comes from the Democratic Republic of Congo. The political climate of the country is very unstable and haunted by unethical mining practices. By having clean metal recycling facilities like ABML, the U.S. can avoid supply chain bottlenecks and help raise the security of the supply chain.
It's nuts, but yesterday the CEO of Blackstone came out and said the battery business is already $100 billion business, but it's going to be multi-trillions in the next 10 years. So there isn't a better stake in the ground for us support than that statement that man made. So.
Oh, okay, and you've put together close to $1 billion worth of financing, of which you're going to probably use about $250 million.
No, what we filed is what's called an S3. That's a shelf registration, so we can take down dollars. That is up to $250 million. And so, yeah, just watch the press on that.
Okay, so what will you be utilizing that money for? The current projects that you have going?
All for the pilot plant, full on all our recycling. We're all about lithium-ion battery metals recycling. That's what we're going to do. That's where all the money's going.
All right, so you've got this grant, but you also have, and we talked about this on the program the last time, but I'd like to reiterate this, that the U.S. government wants to stockpile lithium and other of these minerals, correct?
Yes.
And so what will be the role that you guys will play in that?
So you can see we have a relationship now with the DOE. We also have a relationship with the DOD and the DOT and other organizations, in the government. Obviously, the new administration is very well behind us. We believe that we'll put in 3 to 4 more plants in the next 5 years that'll have 200 to 300 people at each plant in areas in Nevada, where we can get good employment for people.
The CEO also revealed his plans to have 3 to 5 recycling facilities set up in the next 5 years throughout the country. To me, this reveals the company's vision to grow rapidly to meet the demands of the battery supply chain. And with the vaccination rollout speeding through the United States, the company soon needs to show progress on their pilot factory.
Yeah, our wish list would be a framework of incentives that helped more people recycle. Right now, 5%, only 5% of the world's lithium batteries are being recycled. That's a tidal wave of batteries that are going into landfills. That is not a healthy situation environmentally, and it's wasteful economically. Yeah. So we'd love to incentivize. It's called end of life planning. Those are the type of laws and regulations we're seeing come into play in places like the EU, China, and Canada. And we just don't have them yet. So I think it's imperative that we put incentivize people to recycle. Don't throw this waste into the landfill. It's not waste, it's a commodity.
Okay, so Doug, the plants you were talking about, the additional plants that you want to build, will those be in Nevada, or are you going to spread these across the country?
Well, they'll be in the right areas where they need to be, and it's a hub and spoke type system. So yeah, there'll be another big one in Nevada. There'll be a big one in Nevada.
Clean recycling and repurposing batteries are the future of mobility. The current methods used to dispose and recycle used batteries are not a long-term or environmentally friendly solution. I see ABML being as a critical part of our supply chain future, and I am more invested than ever in the company.
So obviously you can't give a specific number because you guys don't manufacture cars, but do you see electrical vehicles coming in, at $20,000, $25,000 in the future, or is a $30,000, $35,000 price point more realistic, even with the drops in prices? Because the battery is, I understand, the most expensive part of the vehicle, really.
Yeah, I don't think we could come up with an estimate of how much it would reduce an EV cost, but I think if you think of how the cost of sourcing battery metals from the ground, just take the time frame. It can take 2 to 5 years to source lithium from a new source in the ground. We will be able to do that in hours. So if you shift that to an economic argument, clearly it's much more affordable to do it in hours, and the significant percentage reduction in cost that goes with that.
What are your thoughts? Please write in the comments section below. I hope you have a successful day.